Well, hi everybody, this is Explorer 867. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, so get out and enjoy it. Today I've got a camera system here to show you. I'll do a product review on it and let you know what I honestly think about the unit. This was sent to me by HaloView. They reached out and asked if I wanted to do a review on their camera system, and I said I would. So here it is. It's the HaloView S7 Sophon AI system. Rather powerful little camera system. It's AI intelligent, high definition camera, true wireless, battery operated. The batteries will run between 4 and 6 hours. The panel is IPS. It's got full color night vision. It has a magnetic back to it and bottom, and it's a strong, very powerful magnet. So it's a wireless system, so you can stick that wherever you wanted to mount that on the back of your rig, and as long as you've got a metal trailer or structure to stick it to, or else they give you in the kit, there are little adhesive metal panels that you can stick onto your fiberglass, or like with us, onto the aluminum of the camper canopy or on our camper trailer. And then you can adhere this right to those little metal strips. And then it is IP69K waterproof. So that means it's waterproof, it's dust proof, and it's heat resistant as well. So like I said, quite an impressive system. So without any further ado, let's get on into the review. So this is what you get in the box. You have get your owner's manual or user's manual for the LCD wireless monitor, and then you get your user's manual for the camera, and then this plugs into your power supply. You get a LCD, screen. It has a pigtail that comes with it. I have the BMW. It comes with this cord from here forward, and of course the pigtail is on it from the factory. And then this is your pairing cable. The kit comes with a sunshade, which fits into the little detents or little slits in the screen. You snap that in there, and that'll mount permanently into the screen, and that'll protect you from sun washout. It has this base mount that it comes with that will go onto your dash. You'll screw it onto your dash if you so desire, or whatever surface you're going to mount it to. And then it has these two nuts here that will screw into the sides and hold it in place. The kit comes with 2 antennas, and you'll need one antenna for the camera, and that'll screw in here on the camera. And then the other antenna will screw onto the top of the screen here. This is your wall charger, your 110 charger for the house, or any 110 power supply that you want to charge your camera with. And then here's just a package of hardware. It comes with this mount, which is a steel mounting plate. This is your suction cup mount to mount on the window. And this has got a magnetic surface here, so it will stick to the back. Let's do this. It'll stick right to the back of the screen there and hold this in place on the dash. So you'll have this stuck to your window, and this across your dash like this. And then this is kind of neat. It comes with 2 of these little mounts here that hold this arm in place so that it doesn't shake all over. It just makes it a lot more firm. And then you have another metal mounting surface here with adhesive just as well. Just gives you some options. So pretty good kit. pretty solid equipment here. Okay, let's talk about the camera here. The camera is exceedingly well built. It is hefty, so it's built very stout. It has a magnet on the bottom. It has a magnet on the top here. So if you wanted to mount it up against a steel surface, it would mount this way or this way. And if your surface is aluminum like ours, or if it's fiberglass, they include a steel plate that has 3M high-tack adhesive, and you'd stick that onto the surface that you wanted to mount this to, and then you could adhere it then to that steel plate. Very, very strong magnets here. This is an AI system, so it recognizes, it can differentiate between people and vehicles, and it'll actually put a yellow bracket around people, and it will put a green bracket around individual cars and trucks and things like that. So you can differentiate real easily what's behind you, as well as being able to see it. This has a full color night vision, and it has 6 LEDs that you can kick on after dark, and it just helps you in seeing what's behind you, backing up and whatnot. Has an antenna that you mount onto it. This camera can see 984 feet. So it can, with the AI system, it can identify targets up to 984 feet. The signal between the camera and the screen, it will transmit up to 33 feet, and that's wireless. The screen here, 7-inch screen, and it's got your antenna you have to put on, and then I've got the mounting base on it here, which is what probably I guess I'll end up using to put this on my dash. I won't screw it to the dash, but I'll probably use the 3M high-tack tape. The system comes with your wiring harnesses here. This is called the BMW harness. It's got a multi-pin adapter here that will hook up to the pigtail on the screen. You just have to find the little protrusion on the top and line those up, and then push them together. This is what they call a pairing cable, and so you can hook the screen up to this and the camera. And so let's go ahead and we'll do that. So one end goes into the screen, the other end will go into the camera. This is a waterproof fitting, and so this power will go in there. And by the way, this is the camera is IP69 waterproof and dustproof and heat resistant. So let's go ahead. This is your 12 volt power supply here. That'll plug in there. And then you can plug this in to your power source. There we are. Okay. I'm plugging it into my Bluetti EB3A. That's not included in the package. There's another option as well that you could use if you wanted to charge the camera from house power, 110 power. You've got a wall plug here, which is kind of nice. So you can see here the camera is currently charging. When it's fully charged, it'll have 4 green LEDs that are steady. So this wiring harness setup as it is right here would come in handy also if you wanted to run this from inside the vehicle. So if you wanted to use it as a security camera out the window or something such as that, from inside your rig, you could do that and just leave it plugged in to your 12-volt power supply, and this would run perpetually. Otherwise, the battery, it will run between 4 and 6 hours, depending on if you've actuated the LED lights here or not. Okay, let's turn this on. There we go. We'll see what the background consumption is on power when the unit is off but plugged in. So we're using 2 watts of power to have this turned or plugged in but not turned on. Okay, we'll turn the screen on, and we are using 4 watts of power while this is on. Okay, since we're using the Bluetti here for power, let's go ahead and test what the wattage use is on the camera while it's charging. So we'll look right here. That's going to be our power output on the Bluetti right there. So let's turn the power on and see what we're using for wattage here. And we're using 7 watts of power to charge the camera. Okay, let's talk the buttons here. The top button here is to select between cameras. So you can see here it says, right up here, it says cam 1, cam 2. So if we poke the top button in, it'll just isolate cam 1. That isolated cam 2, which we don't have those cameras, and then 3, and then cam 4 is the default position. The LEDs, you can turn those on with this button as well on the camera. So push that button in and hold it, and you'll see the LEDs kick on. So you can see how that's illuminated the protection zone. Really handy. And then you can push it in and hold it again, the top button, and it'll turn those LEDs off. You can see here how it's identified my truck as a target. Back here, you can see the green box that goes around it. When this is going off like that, the red indicates it's a visual that there's something in the protection zone, or the warning zone. You can turn that beep off if you'd like to by coming down here, go down to the 3rd button down and hold it in. You'll see up here, now you see a bell, a yellow bell with a line through it. That means that alarm, audible alarm, is turned off, but the red screen will still give you a visual warning. When you turn the lights on the camera, you can see right up here there's a yellow LED that indicates the lights are on. And then you can push that button in and hold and turn them back off. Okay. So let's go down to the 2nd button down. If you tap the 2nd button down, then you can see that you can adjust the brightness of the screen. So if you want to adjust the brightness of the screen, push it in and then push the plus button up or the negative button down. And then if you just let it set a second, it'll reset itself. And then if you push and hold this in, you can turn that protection zone off entirely. So if you didn't want the warning, you could turn it off if you wanted to. Just leave your parking bars, or push the 2nd button in and hold it again, and you can turn that trapezoid back on. And then we've already discussed this button here, the 3rd button down. If you press and hold it, that turns the alarm off, okay, and back on. Or you can just tap it and it will do the same thing as the button above it. You can adjust the brightness there. The 4th button down is the enter button. So if you go in the menu here and you want to go in the AI system, push the enter button, and that'll take you inside the inside that screen, and then you can adjust the AI beep. So in other words, that beep we've got turned off, you can turn it up and down so it'll be louder or quieter, or you can go down to the next one and you can adjust the beep, or you can turn that beep off if you want to, or on. You can go down again. Let's see, let's hit the right button here. go down again, and then you get into your AI zoom, hit enter, and you can turn that AI zoom on or off. Let's go down. Let's see, you have to hit the enter button again, and let's go down to the next one. That's the radar trigger. This camera setup, it isn't set up for that, so that is a non-entity here in this system. Okay, and then your camera LEDs, you can turn those on or off if you so desire. The next one is picture quality, and you're using the plus and negative buttons here to pan through the menu. So picture quality, push enter, and then you can adjust the brightness of the screen, you can do the contrast, you can do color, you can do volume, then that's the volume of the microphone on the camera. And then you can also mute that if you wanted to. And so let's go to the next. And this is if you have multiple cameras, which we don't have multiple cameras, so that's a moot issue there. Let's go here to settings. You go into settings and you push enter, and you can adjust your year, the date, month, date, and the time. You can then go down and select your individual cameras. Once again, that's a moot issue because we only have one camera. This, the NTSC, I'm going to keep moving this around because otherwise it'll shut off. The NTSC is for the United States. If you live in a different country, go into the manual and it will tell you if NTSC is appropriate or PAL. And then we'll go down again. Let's see. Let's go down here. And this is auto dim. So if you want your screen to dim down when it gets dark outside, then you can set that to on. And then the next one is the LEDs, the keys. So if you want those, let's go down here. If you want those on, then you can push enter, and then you can push one of these two buttons here, and you can turn the LED keys on. So if it was dark in here, the keys would come on. See there how the keys came on? So the electric eye up on top there will turn those on and off. Okay, the auto scan here, this button here, isn't applicable to our setup here. That's for multiple cameras. You can auto scan between them if you wanted to, but we don't have that, so we will just go back to the menu here. We'll go to the next item. So the next button is your park lines. You can adjust those by going in, highlighting it by hitting the enter button, and then you can push the one of either the positive button or the negative button, and so you can move into your adjustments or just turning them on. But if you want to adjust them, you can also turn them off if you wanted to. If you want to adjust them, then you can hit enter again, and you can see the lateral arrows, and so you can move them sideways if you wanted to, like that. Mine are adjusted already, so I won't do that. And then you can also go up and down with them, so you can move them up, or you can move them down. And I have mine adjusted down. And this is let's see, the next one over here is the record button. Okay, so on the top of the monitor screen up here, you can see this slot right there. What that's for is for a 256 gig micro SD TF card, and you just push it in there, and then you can record to that card. By the way, this is the electric eye that will adjust the screen if you have it set on auto for brightness or dim it down during the night. So, and it also regulates the ability to turn on and off the LED lights on the outside. Okay, so that's what the record is, and then if you wanted to play, you click on the play, and you could play the recorded video. And then the next one is pairing. So if you had other cameras, so if you got a second, third, or a fourth camera, you'd have to go in here and set it up and pair it, or else you go to page 20 in the manual, and it'll tell you how to pair these up. So that's the buttons. I know it's exhaustive, but wanted you guys to see what all these buttons do. So you can see outside it's dark. Let's turn those LED lights on out there and see what happens. So you can see it really lights things up out there. Okay, so you can see that I've got the screen mounted now in the cab of the truck. And all I did was I took this mounting bracket that comes with the unit, and I put 12-pound high-tack tape underneath it, and that holds that unit in place really well. And then the power just plugs in right down here. You can see that illuminates when you turn it on. At night, the buttons over here illuminate. Anyhow, very easy. The installation literally takes minutes. Just as the camera did in the back. You just set the camera right in place, and it's very easy to do. Okay, I decided that the best location for the camera is going to be up on top up here. Let's go up and take a look. So this is up on top here. This is where I decided to mount the plate, and since the canopy is aluminum, you have to use a steel plate for that magnet to adhere to it. So this has 3M high bond adhesive on the back of it, and so I just heated the surface up with a hot pad and cleaned the surface real well with the alcohol wipes provided, and dried it off with actually used a towel instead of this, but you could use this, be just fine. And then press this down on here, and it bonded real well. Okay, let's put the camera up on its mount here. Oh, and you can see that that magnet is very strong. The on-off button is here. So to turn the camera on, you'll push this button in, and you'll watch for the blue lights to light up, and your battery status lights here. Make sure that your antenna is vertical, and we're all set to go inside and turn on the monitor. Okay, this is the HaloView camera. You can hear the microphone on the camera is picking her voice up back there. And then you can see the gold box around her, identifying her as a human being. And you can see the Subaru in the background there that is ringed by a green box, identifying it as a vehicle. The bars on the outside, those are the parking bars. The red box there is the visual indicating that you need to pay attention. There's something in your backup zone. And I'll put my finger over the electric eye, and you can see that at night the adjusting buttons on the side light up, which I think is pretty awesome. Well, this is Explorer 867. Thanks a lot for coming along on the video today. As you can see, the HaloView Sofon S7 Sofon AI system is quite viable. Everything, all the components are well manufactured, well designed, well thought out, and very functional, easy to use. And I think it's going to be a real asset to our kit, and I'm sure it would be an asset to yours just as well. So anyway, thanks a lot for coming along with the video. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. You'll get the latest content from the channel as I release it. And put us out on your social media. Let others know that Explore 867 is out there. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the great outdoors. You guys take care.